What is up, children of the sun? This is your spiritual nomad, Montre Bible. Yep, that's my real last name. And today I want to talk about narcissists. And we all have met a narcissist in our life. Maybe you've had a relationship with a narcissist. Maybe you have a narcissist in your family. Maybe you were raised by a narcissist. And basically, it's a person who only thinks about themselves. On a spiritual level, they are the opposite of an empath. Okay. So, an empath, we all have the potential for strong empathetic powers. We all have the ability to pull on our spiritual energy and feel other people's pain and do something about that. We are all connected. It is the opposite energy of narcissism where we disconnect from the whole and we decide that, you know what, I don't want to deal with other people's problems. I don't want to feel their problems. I just want to focus on myself and I want people to focus on me. And in this world that we live in, we have a lot of well, I will say that in this world that we live in, narcissism is praised. It is rewarded through social media because dealing with social media, you have all these people, doing selfies and they do selfies every day. And then they basically celebrate themselves and they want followers. And look, we all have a level of that. I have a social media. Of course, there's a level of narcissism that it takes to even do that. Um, but you can't get lost in it. You can't get lost in it's only about me, me, me. You have to focus about on what you are actually giving. Um, a true narcissist is the opposite of an empath. They are not focused on anybody else and what you want and what you're going through. They're only focused on themselves and what they can gain from you or what they can gain from your energy. A true narcissist is an energy vampire because they are the opposite of an empath. They have the ability to be an empath. So let's talk about an empath. A true empath is an ability to absorb people's energy, feel people's energy, and do something about it. If, as an empath myself, when I'm around people, when I'm around a lot of people, I feel everybody's energy. But when I'm around somebody directly, I can just sense everything about them. And I'm just like, whoa. And it can be intense. If they're very sad, it's going to bring me down. Do I like it? No, I don't. Would I like to separate it from it? Well, if it's too intense, I will take a break, especially if it's too much. But I'm not afraid of it because I'm aware of it and I become conscious of it. So as an empath, a lot of empaths want to spend a lot of time by themselves. Narcissists, not so much. A narcissist wants to spend a lot of time around a lot of people because they're energy vampires and they feed off of other people's energy. But they've gotten to a level of disconnect where not only will they feed off your energy, but they disconnect from actually trying to relate or feel your energy. They'll just say, oh, that's your problem. And then if you present the problem to them, they will gaslight you and will say, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. Or if they if they do something that they gaslight you, they do something that causes a problem, they will never say they will never apologize for it because they're unaware of it. And they typically will blame it on you or try to say, well, you're the reason why that problem happened. And in some sense, yeah, because you're engaging with this person who obviously cannot ever admit to being the cause of the problem. Narcissists typically blame everything else on other people. They're the perpetual victim. Everyone's doing everything to me. Everything is happening. Everything bad that happened to my life is because of someone else. So this is typically the narcissist is mentality is everything that's bad has happened to me is happened because of someone else. It's none of me. I've done nothing wrong. And so it loses all accountability. And in some sense, you have a lot of spiritual people who do this too, where they blame it maybe on the devil. The devil is doing it to me. This is not anything I've done on myself. This is just the devil. This is negative energy. Some demon or some devil is doing this to me, or someone put a hex on me, and this is why I have all these problems. Never taking accountability of what is your role in all these problems that you're having. The empath is able to not only feel other people and feel other people's issues, but also understanding is like, wait, am I the problem? Did I do something wrong? And if I did, I need to apologize for it so I don't have bad karma in my life. But the narcissist is incapable of that. So, sorry, I'm just texting somebody. How do you deal with that? The thing is, you have to be aware first and foremost, of the narcissist people in your life. And there's going to be a few. Now, everybody has different levels of narcissism. Of course, you're going to have your major people who are like super narcissists, that all they do is think about themselves. And they feed off of your energy. Remember, they're just like empaths. They can feel energy, but they choose not to engage in it or bring it into themselves. Where empath has no boundaries, and they just like, ooh, you feel when an empath feels pain, they feel maybe somebody else's pain. They will feel it in their soul. Where the narcissist will cut that off and say, no, that's your problem. I'm not going to bring that into myself. No. And it's a certain level of boundaries, of course, that people need. You need a balance. But with a narcissist, it becomes all about them. And everything is someone else's problem. So even when they actually do something negative, there's no responsibility. There's no accountability. There's no apology. And when you have relationships with people and you do them wrong, there needs to be some type of accountability. There needs to be an apology. If you're an empath, the ideal relationship for you is to be with another empath. But so often we get caught up in a narcissist relationship. And maybe that's because, maybe your parents were a narcissist. And so you are attracted to that type of issue. You're used to dealing with people who don't focus on you. You're used to dealing with people who only focus on themselves, and you're the problem and blame everything on you, but they always need you. So how are you the solution and the problem? If they need you, they always need you, but you're the problem why we can't be together. Then there's somebody's lying. But you have to understand, in their mind, they don't think they're lying. They're in their mind, they truly think that they are right. So how do you deal with them? You have to stop letting these people gaslight you. And once you realize that they are a narcissist, that they're only focused on themselves. I mean, you can disconnect that relationship, but sometimes you can't, because maybe this person's in your family or someone very close to you, or maybe you're married to them. Or you have a relationship with one. If you have a relationship, you still have the choice of whether you want to stay in the relationship. That's your choice. And I truly believe if you are an empath, you need to really focus on being in a relationship with another empath, someone who can feel your energy and you feel theirs. And there's this back and forth, and they know when something's wrong with you, and they're going to be like, hey, what's going on with you? Like, something's not right. And they're like, well, okay. That's ideal. That's the ideal relationship. But we don't get that all the time. And sometimes we just have to deal with what the cards give us, or what the universe is putting in our way to teach us a lesson. And sometimes a lot of relationships we get into are to teach us a lesson about ourselves and how strong we are, and what we can deal with and what we can't deal with. So if you find yourself with a narcissist, they will gaslight you. They will ask you something, a random question of, why did you do that? They'll pick at everything that's wrong with you. Sometimes they'll make it up. Even if there's nothing wrong with you, even if you didn't do anything wrong, they will make up something and say, why do you do that? That's weird. And they'll make you feel insecure because they need you to feel insecure. They want to bring down your vibration so they can feed off that negative energy. They want to make you upset. Now, trust me, it doesn't start like that. Most narcissists will love bomb you. They will love bomb you. They will just love you and treat you nice at the beginning. They were like, "Oh, wow, you're so great. You're my favorite person. You're my favorite person." You're like, "Wow, I like this." Because this is what you do. You do this to them, you're like, "Okay." And you will show love, and you show love unconditionally because that's what you do. But baby, once they know they got you, they're going to try to bring out some aspect about you to bring you down. They're going to bring you down to they bring you up to bring you right back down. And when they gaslight you and they try to make you feel bad and they try to lower your self-esteem and they try to bring you into a negative vibration, that's when you know. And the key thing here is not to react. Respond. There's two things you can do. You can either react or respond. And I'm trying to help you to respond, because when you react, you're coming from an emotional place and you're going to say something that you don't like and you're going to feel bad about it later and you're going to feel like you need to apologize. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to be in a negative energy. They want to make you the problem. When in they're unconsciously, some of them do it consciously, and that's the master narcissist. But the unconscious narcissist is doing it unconsciously because they are never the problem. And when you realize that they are doing this unconsciously, try to foresee what they will say. And as an empath, as a reader, as a seer, so once I know someone's a narcissist, I try to predict what type of conversation that they are going to have with me and what type of gaslighting that they might try to do. And once they do it, I know. And then I say, okay. And I either laugh at it or I say, okay. And you just don't respond. Either you can decide to not respond at it at all, or you can respond. And responding is more of a coming from the mind, an intellectual or analytical thing, where you're saying you're not coming from an emotional place. They want your emotional response. They want you to be angry. They want you to go to a negative place, especially if you're not giving them a lot of energy. Especially if you're dating somebody and then you break up with them and you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to do my own thing. Trust me, they will come back and try to gaslight you and say, well, are you okay now? Are you still mad? It's never an apology of what happened. It's never an apology of what they did. Are you okay now? Did you go through your emotional thing? Are you still feeling emotional? That's gaslighting, because they're not validating what happened. So don't validate their emotions either. Don't validate their words. It's just like, I'm good. So this is how you deal with the narcissist, because like I said, they are energy vampires. They want you to act out so they can feed off of that energy. If you're in a relationship with them, they want you to feel lonely so that they can feed off of your sexual energy. They want you to feel like that. Even if you have them, they're going to cheat on you. So some of y'all are getting cheated on and you don't even know why, because you're with a narcissist. An empath, if you're in a relationship with an empath, the empath wouldn't do that. Because the empath is going to be like, I wouldn't do that to you because I wouldn't like that feeling if somebody did that to me. A narcissist doesn't care. A narcissist says, it's all about me. If you're not paying attention to me, then I'm going to find somebody else. If you don't text me quickly, then I'm going to find somebody else. That's the narcissist mentality. You know, they're not asking, are you busy or do you have something else to do? So, like I said, a narcissist, there's only two levels. There's narcissist or empath. And then there's levels in between there. So you're either an empath or you're a narcissist. Now, is everybody a super narcissist? No. Is everybody a super empath? No. There's levels, okay? But it's not like, oh, it's like male or female. It's not like, I'm not an empath and I'm not a narcissist. No, you got to be one or the other. You're either feeling other people's pain You're feeling other people's energy, or you're not. You're just cold and you're just like, well, I don't care. I'm only thinking about me. So maybe you are a narcissist. If you feel that way, you're like, I don't feel anybody. I just care about myself. Then you're a narcissist. Okay. And just admit it. And if you don't like being that way, great, then change. Pray about it. If you are cool with being a narcissist, then understand that that's what you are and tell people before you get in a relationship with them. But most of the time, we can tell, especially if you take a lot of selfies. I don't see how like people take selfies continually all day. And if I see that, I'm gonna be like, okay, this person takes a lot of pictures of themselves. And like I said, social media has really encouraged us to engage into narcissism and just to be all about ourselves. And there's a level of focusing on ourselves that we need to do. Yes, true, but no man is an island, and your whole focus should not just be you. That's not why you came on this planet. The universe brought you on this planet to use your gifts, not for you, but for other people. I can read tarot cards. I can read tarot cards all by myself for myself, but that's not why I was given the gift. I can draw and I can do painting. I can do it all day for myself, but I need to share it with other people. When I write books and stuff, I don't write for myself, I write for other people. So anything that you have a gift that God is giving you a gift to do, it's not for you. Like when I try to do tarot readings on myself, I can't see as much as I can see for other people. So whatever God is giving you a gift to do, to be able to see, to be able to sing, it's for other people. It's to give. It's to spread that energy to other people, to help others, to change the world. It's not for you. You may make some money from it. You may get some attention from it. May get popular from it, but it's not about you. The more you help other people, the more you help yourself. But narcissism is, I need everybody to help me. It's about me. It's my problem. It's like, everybody look at me. And if I have a problem, it's because of other people. And I'm just like, really just telling you just from experience, some of the relationships that I've had, that I had to just kind of wake up and I said, this person is a narcissist. And they may never realize it. They may never admit it. They may never apologize, but that's okay, because they're going through their little thing. And that's where you get the unconditional love. Now, do I need to interact with those people? No, not all the time. You can still love people and they are narcissists, and you can still love them and be like, I love you and I care about you. I just can't spend a lot of time around you, and I'm not going to waste a lot of energy on you because I know you're going to try to gaslight me and do whatever. You don't even have to tell them that. You just need to be conscious of the fact that this is how this person acts. And depending how old they are too, because the older they get, least likely they're going to change. But yeah, I'm just telling you guys this as a lesson, some lessons that I've learned in my life, and just to share it with you guys so that next time you get in a relationship, and maybe you're in a relationship that's not going anywhere, maybe you're dealing with a narcissist, because like I said, well, there's levels. And if it's a low level of narcissism, like I said, they still have some empath energy, then maybe they will change. But you can't force somebody to change that doesn't want it. So what can you do? All you can do is pray. All you can do is pray and get out the way. Come on now. Pray and get out the way, because God is going to give them a lot of lessons. The universe is going to give them some lessons. And sometimes the lessons are losing you, especially if you're a good person and you're trying to help somebody. All right, y'all. I just wanted to share that real quick with you guys, put a little bug in your ear, because these are some life lessons that I've been learning, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So remember, make your reality happen, because if you don't do it, then who will? I will